Hey there, my name is Christina Das, otherwise known as Cece, and I'm a conservation technician with the Tyonek Tribal Conservation District. In this video, my colleague Andy Weisick and I are going to walk you through the process of building a fish weir. But first, what is a fish weir and how does it work? A fish weir is a structure that's placed across a river or stream that guides fish into a narrow opening or gap in the structure. This setup allows us to monitor fish as they pass through a controlled point. Then we can count them and gather data on the number and type of fish that are passing the weir. Here, in the Tyonek Tribal Conservation District, we're using what's called a fixed picket weir that has a video monitoring system. This is made of pickets that fence off the stream, funneling fish towards a camera in the center to pass through and be counted by the camera. We use weirs as a vital tool for both conservation and cultural resiliency. They help us track the movement of native fish like salmon and invasive fish like pike in district streams. By understanding how fish populations are changing over time, we can make better decisions to protect our rivers and strengthen our coastal resilience.
I'm Andy Weisick, conservation biologist with TTCD. And today we're going to build a weir across 3 Mile Creek. This is going to be to try to see how often pike are moving out of the system and how many salmon are coming into the system now that we've been conducting pike suppression. So to start off building this weir, I've driven 2 of our rails well into the bank right there, and we're going to use pickets to kind of pin them in. And now we have to set the level of our first tripods, and then we can begin setting tripods and more rails.
It's real important that we have these rails level and level to each other. So, setting the height of these with these U-bolts, and I can tighten them up when I've got them into the place I want them.
So we've got all the tripods set up and the rails running across. And what happens next is we'll start putting the pickets, which are the small little poles, into the holes of the rail. And as the river bottom sort of erodes away, those pickets can continue to drop down so it doesn't leave any hole at the bottom. We'll leave a small hole in the deepest part of the stream for the fish to swim through.
I'm just placing the pickets into the weir, and this is what's actually going to block the fish. So the spacing on these pickets is such that a salmon skull can't fit through them. And so essentially they're going to be forced to go through the area we want them to go when we leave a little gap in there. Now that we've got the river pretty much blocked off here, we have this gap that we can put our camera box in eventually. And so the fish are only going to have one choice, and they'll pass through a chute in front of a camera box. And when we take that server back in at the end of the year, we'll be able to look at a timeline of video, and every motion of that, which will be indicated, fish passing through, otters passing through, whatever they go through, will be highlighted on that timeline. So we don't have to review the entire summer footage. We'll just be able to zero in on motion events with fish passing through.
All right, so you can see we have a gap in our weir right here, and we've got this big box sitting right here. So this box is actually a couple parts. We have a passage chute right here, and the river water is flowing freely through there so fish can pass freely up through it. And inside this big box is a camera and a light facing this way, and the box is flooded with water to not distort the image at all. So every time a fish passage, a motion detector on the camera goes off, and we take a picture of the fish going through. And this is all sent, and all our light cable comes through here and leads down the weir. We have it secured on the bank here, and we have it up to our computer box up there where all our equipment is housed. And so the nice thing about a fixed picket weir is as the water level changes, these pickets can slide down freely in those rails and never leave a gap on the bottom. There's 3 primary components to a fixed picket weir, and that's the tripods. And we set up these tripods and adjust the height of these brackets here to set these rails on. And once we've got these rails basically pinned between, we're just dropping these conduit pickets through. Water can obviously flow through the weir, but one of the big things is that sticks and other things tend to build up. And every so often you're gonna have to come clean the weir and make sure that all that stuff's off. One really nice thing is you can kind of, as weeds and stuff get on here, you can just pick up these pickets and let them clean themselves off. On this weir, because it's a video weir, you do have to be a little careful because there's cables right here. All right, one of the big parts about cleaning and maintaining this video weir is going to be making sure we have enough solar power. As you can see, we have a little bit of shade on our solar panels right now, but we are facing the south sky. But another side of that is we're right next to a really dirty road. And so when we go to clean the weir, we're just going to pour a little water on the solar panels and squeegee them right off. And that'll ensure that we're getting as much sun as possible, as much power out of our solar panels.